From the Christmas truce in World War I, when soldiers on both sides stopped fighting to kick a ball around, to England's controversial World Cup win in 1966 and the German comebacks that followed, penalty heartbreak in 1990 and Euro 96, the 5-1 night in Munich that English fans still sing about, Lampard's ghost goal in 2010 that clearly crossed the line, and Euro 2020 when Gareth Southgate, the man who once missed a crucial penalty, watched his England team knock Germany out at Wembley. This isn't just another game. It's a rivalry built on history, controversy, and broken hearts. So today, we're taking that story to Germany's backyard. What happens when English talents invade the Bundesliga and try to take over their rivals' league? So I've created England FC with the iconic 4-4-2 formation they have made popular in the past. And the team that we have been given does look alright in certain positions. Now quickly, let's take a little deep dive into this new team as we see Kaiser up top with Wolf right next to him. Ernst on a 68, I love it. But as you can tell, these are all German players. Why? Because we put England FC into the 3rd division in Germany. We're gonna start climbing up the ranks, work our way from the bottom all the way to the top to the Bundesliga title and competing against Bayern Munich and Dortmund and all those big teams. But England FC, the journey begins in the 3rd division. And it's going to be very important to keep track of the fact that we have 5 million euros to start with. And the rules are we can only bring English nationality players into this team, whether it be through free agents, youth academy, or the transfer market. And a tool that I wanted to use was the deeper simulation. Obviously, we have chosen Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2, and the Scottish Premiership as well, because some English talents do pop up there too. I'm going to keep track of these leagues and see if there are any young talents performing really well, and then we're going to try and acquire them for our team as well. To begin this journey, we have signed a bunch of good coaches, which has dropped our budget down to 3 million. So now I'm looking to sign a goalkeeper, and this is someone playing for Stevenage. It is a man named Philip Marshall, now joining into our team for Tangen plus 760k, which was our original goalkeeper. He comes in at a rating of 65 to start the conquering of the English. Not just overall in Germany, but specifically to begin with within this team. I want to have a full starting 11 of English players, and the 4-4-2 formation is going to make this quite interesting as well. Marshall, though, 22 years old, 6'5", has the playstyle footwork on him. Yefeko is the next one joining into our team, and as you might be able to tell, I'm building out from the back as always. That's the strongest way to do a rebuild of this sense. John Lee Yefeko is now joining into our team for a straight swap deal, which is perfect for me. Comes in at a 63 rating, left-footed, 6'3", has the pinged pass as a centre-back, which I love. He also has 70 pace on him with good physicality. We're going to try and build this guy up as much as we can. He could be a crucial player. And here's the thing, like when I do these types of rebuilds, obviously in the first couple of seasons, we're going to sign a bunch of players I've probably never used. And that's the part that I personally enjoy the most. But let me know, which parts of these rebuilds do you guys like the most? Is it buying players like these ones that I would never use and building them up? Or is it buying the more prominent known talents? And just like the last signing, this is another centre-back walking in. And yes, he's left-footed. Ethan Pye is the one I'm bringing in for 1.7 million. Lots of money spent on this man from Stockport County. 66 rated. He'll be taking over this position, which means Witte is going to be sold. I'm going to sell anyone that I can get rid of and bring in some cash for it. So Pye joins in with a 3-star weak foot. Both of them have a 3-star weak foot. Both are left-footed. He's only 6 foot tall, however. Doesn't possess as much pace. Has better physicality though, 74, which is obviously going to be very important. So we have a back 3 of English players. The first English triangle has been established. Just sold Meissner, Jakob, Biskup, Büttner and Graham to take our money back up to 2.4 million. And the final signing of the season is coming in the name of Tanner. Yes, my friends, we are bringing in all the players from the lower divisions of England. And this is a man comes in for 2 million. Plus Agaliu, who is our original right midfielder, because I felt like the right midfield was the position where we could easily upgrade. and this is a +7 upgrade. So Tanner takes over that right-hand side. He's left-footed, okay pace. The rest of his stats are well-rounded, but he's 6'1", so he can be quite physical in that position. No play styles. I'm just hoping that we do well in the first season. We see a bunch of growth in these players and maybe sneak our way to the top half of the league table. And now for the first time, my friends, we get to test our English players in Germany. And of course, Eddie Howe has been chosen as the manager of this team, as the Englishman to lead the line for this project. And well, here it begins against Hansa Rostock as we run through with Tanner, who was outstanding. The first, or one of the first Englishmen we have brought into this team, was ruining our opponents. And it was good to see that the English players played a big role in this one. That felt like a Cody Gakpo goal right there, cutting in, fake shot, and then he just takes it whenever it is time. 6 goals so far this season for our left midfielder, but we weren't done right there. Even the Germans wanted to step in. Tanner, good pass inside. Schubert scores. Tanner gets 3 goal contributions. We win 3-0 against Hansa Rostock. And as you could see, the lads have done quite well, and England FC finishes the season in the 6th position. 55 points. Promotion playoffs is not the 4 teams right here. It's actually just 1860 Munich playing against the team above us in League 2. And that means we have no promotion part this season. But I do love the progress I'm seeing. Talking progress, Tanner, the outstanding player from that one game we played, up to a 70 rating. High up to a 70 as well. Ifeko up to a 67. Marshall 70. Lovely stuff. From the originals, Behrens on the left midfield spot has done quite well in terms of growth. I'm really liking what I'm seeing here within this squad at the moment. I've extended all the contracts. And by the way, EA has updated career mode. I don't know what happened, but I was able to negotiate contracts for nearly every single player. So hopefully that's been fixed, because I hate the fact that you can't negotiate whenever you want. We have about 4.2 million to spend in a new season. Eddie Howe and England FC have found a striker. Lee Byrne is now joining us from, I believe, Charlton Athletic. This is a big signing for us, as it is the first striker. 1.5 million plus the striker that we already had in the team, who was 32 years old. 68 rated, takes over that right striking position, and he is 6'5". And he has the enforcer playstyle. This guy's gonna dominate the game over here in Germany. He's only 22, 71 pace, 67 shooting, 78 physicality, with a 3-star weak foot. I love that signing so much. I think he's going to make a big difference. And with Tanner's support on that right-hand side, we're looking very good. Well, lads, we need a left back, and this is one of them. He is joining Eddie Howe's squad for 1.6 million. Georgie Gent. Nice smile on you, pal. He's going to walk into the team at a rating of 67. That is a nice upgrade on Kramer, who's 30 years old, 63 rated. And that nearly makes the defense fully English, apart from Linke right here, who's fine. He's gonna keep growing, but Gent right here comes in, left-footed, 85 pace on him, which is amazing. 5'11", has the slide tackle play style on him as well. I'm very, very happy with how this team is looking right now. We've made the right choices, but that's it for this season. Hopefully, Lee Byrne and Gent can push us into the promotion spots. As we speak, England FC is second in the 3rd Bundesliga, and Arminia Bielefeld is right up there with us. We are now stepping onto the pitch against Arminia Bielefeld, who are 1st in the league. So, it was not going to be an easy game. 34 minutes in, they are now on the attack. Grodowski makes the pass, and here comes Kania inside. He is the one to finish it off as they take the lead. I obviously wanted to come back into this, and Kaiser makes a good move right there. 1-1 equalizer has kicked in, but however, our defense is a bit asleep right here as we do concede the 2nd goal against Bielefeld, who turned out to be a very strong opponent. Gent now inside to Lee Byrne. He should have scored that one. I don't know what he's doing right there, lads. That is not good enough. Mehlem over to Grodowski, and that makes it 3-1. We have lost against Bielefeld, just not strong enough to beat them. We might have lost the battle, but we have won the war. England FC at the top with 78 points. Arminia Bielefeld in second place with 73. And that means we have conquered the third division of German football with the second and first to go. Top scorer, Liebern, 24 goals in 38 appearances. Most assists, Tanner. Love that from him. The English lads are taking over German football in tiny steps, but Liebern up to a 73, Tanner 74, Gent up to a 72, both defenders above 70 now, Marshall on a 72, so I am seeing really nice growth at the moment. We just need to keep this up. Now going into the second Bundesliga, hopefully we get a bit better of a budget. We've actually been given just 5.4 million. So I have to turn towards the free agents for the first time, and I found someone interesting. This is 72 rated Femi Seriki, who is an Englishman. This is what I needed. I was looking for a right back to finally complete the back line filled with English players. And he comes in at the age of 25, so not necessarily a youngster anymore, but 87 pace on him with some decent stats. Has the rapid play style on him as well, which I really do appreciate. So now that right-hand side is English, and also our defense. And now we are signing a man who's called Paris, but he is English. This is Magoma joining us right now as a free agent once again. We gotta make use of this tool whenever we can. An A rating in price is exceptional. 70 rated. Takes over from Schubert right here and brings in some decent stats. Really well-rounded. Has the jockey play style in him as well. Could easily play as a CDM, but I'm very happy that we have now brought him into the team. Now, for the striking position, next to Liebern, I was thinking, now that I've used the free agents, let's make sure we use the other part of the game as well that can bring us some amazing players. And that is, of course, the Youth Academy, my friends. I've gone ahead and signed Hruška, 4-star, for about 2.4 million. And I'm going to send him to England. You know what? Of course, I'm going to be looking for a striking partner. Someone that can lead the way. Ideally, please, between the rating of like 65 to 68, that'd be amazing. However, I don't want him to be a target forward. I need this to be someone who's a bit nimble, you know, someone with good agility, dribbling, and all that stuff. And I'm thinking either advanced forward or we go with the poacher. But I feel like advanced forward gives the best stats here. Sprint speed, attack positioning, finishing. So basically we can lob it up to one striker. He heads it through. This guy uses his sprint speed, attack positioning, and finishing to score. And now he's back with the first scout report. It is coming in with one good player, Jude Stevenson. We all know there was another Jude that has done really well in Germany. Maybe this can be the second one. 17 years old, 80 to 94 potential. Actual rating, 61. Yes, I was hoping for more, but guess what? It's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and build this guy up to have a better weak foot. Only 1 star right now. That is a big issue. But I'm going to force him to do better. I'm going to force him to grow into this team. So I'm actually going to be selling Kaiser to make sure he gets that playtime. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Right now, Bochum are at the top of the league. We are 15 points behind them. But of course, I want to test our strength against them and see how far we're off from the top of the second division. And well, it looked like Liebern was on good form and he was going to start us off 8 minutes in. Beautiful. Stevenson and Liebern turn out to be a great partnership. Big man, little man to the T. And that is 2-0 after just a couple of minutes of playtime right here. But our opponents, Bochum, obviously had their chance. Berisha gets the assist. They score right there. Good goal. Our defense was completely open. We need to work on that. Tanner over to Ernst. Tanner gets it back. Our left midfielder is back again and performing. Good shot from him. It makes it 3-1. And that, of course, was actually the end. Eddie Howe picks up a victory right here. A big one. Even though we showed an amazing performance right there against one of the best teams in the league, they are all the way at the top and we are sat in 5th. Missed out on promotion playoffs by just 1 point. That means this team has another season to grow. Stevenson has gone up to a 65. We love to see it. Liebern up to a 78. Tanner 77. Gent up to a 77. Goalkeeper is looking solid. I think if we make the right decisions in the next chance to window, and by the way, replacing Ernst and Behrens would mean that our entire starting 11 is finally English. If we can make the right decisions, things could be going really well for us. I gotta get lucky with certain free agents, but Liburn is the top scorer. Stevenson comes in with 10 goal contributions. Pretty impressive if you ask me. Once again, our budget is laughable. Lads, we have been given a lifeline. Dobbin is a free agent. So we are immediately signing this talented player. Lewis Dobbin comes in for no money. Free agents, thank you so much. This makes a huge difference. Comes in at a 75. That is only a +2 upgrade. Still, it's an English player. And that also frees up the chance of selling Behrens and cashing in a little bit more money there. But this is a huge one to walk into the team right now. I am looking for a center midfielder. However, I wasn't able to find one in the free agents, so I'll have to ideally sell Ernst and also Behrens if I can, and then just go ahead and use that money to bring in a center mid. Because we have a very low number of players in our team, I just decided to sign 2 backups for the bench from the free agents. It is Dylan Archer coming in for 0, obviously. And we have also brought in a CDM named Parker, who has some decent stats on him. 6'6", left-footed. So I'm slowly building the catalog here in this team, which is going to be very important to do, especially if we want to sell players. I need to do this, otherwise I'm never going to be able to get rid of them. Could Parker play at center midfield? No, it's a -2. Yeah, it's a -5 in total. Yeah, he's not going to be our center mid. We've sold Ernst for 5.6 million. That was his release clause. And Behrens for 3.9, leaving us with 12.5 million. And so I'm going in for Liverpool's talent, who is not getting enough playtime. Trainioni is now going to be joining into our squad in the 2nd division, trying to get promotion. This is the time for him to shine. 9 million I have spent on this player. I think he's valued at 9.5. Comes in at a rating of 74. Fits in perfectly into this team. Right-footed, 6'1", extremely well-balanced stats. Despite being 6'1", a bit weak. I mean, he has 58 physicality and no playstyle, which kind of surprises me. But he has shown glimpses of his ability, which I'm really hoping he can show for this team as well. Now, we have to get promoted. These 2 signings, Nioni and Dobbin, are going to make a big difference. Things have gone according to plan this season. 2nd position in the league, 70 points, promoted into the top division. We conquered the 3rd division and now also the 2nd. Lads, England FC is taking over Germany step by step, and the Germans don't like it. Vogel was the top scorer this season. Liburn comes in with 17 and 4 assists. We have Dobbin in there. See, that was a good signing. I knew it. Looking into the stats, Stevenson up to a 71, by the way, has potential to be special. So pay attention to that man right there. Nioni has gone up to a 78. Love that. Tanner, 81. Oh, seems like dynamic potential has properly kicked in this season. Finally, I felt like it was a bit slow. Marshall has flown up to a 79 rating. That definitely made a huge difference. So the signings we have made have played a big role, as we do see that Liburn is the top scorer. 25 years old, 81 rated at this stage. If he can keep this up, we're in a good spot. And Tanner, Dobbin, Stevenson, Nioni all taking part. The 4-4-2 is working. We've only been given 18 million as a promoted club. And so I had to make a decision. It was time to bring in a center midfielder that was way younger than the one we had. And that is Keanu Dyer is now joining into our team. The Chelsea lad for 11.6 million. His contract was running out, which is great because he comes in at a 76 rating. But his value is 15 million euros. So that was an amazing deal for us to make. He's higher rated than Magoma, who's 28 years old. So I'm going to go ahead and possibly sell Magoma, because now that we're playing in the Bundesliga, a lot of these players will want to have a higher wage. So that way we can facilitate that. And yes, because I didn't have enough players, the game gave me Lukoshek right here. Just a heads up. But Dyer specifically has some incredibly well-balanced stats, with dribbling being his main attribute, along with the press-proven playstyle. In our first season in the Bundesliga, we're fighting against relegation. And well, that meant I had to give it my all. 7 minutes in, St. Pauli, good passing play. They make it look way too easy right there. Our defense, again, a little bit too open at the back, but our attack, well, it was good. Liburn is through. He decides to take it on his own and makes it 1-1. And guess what? Here goes Dyer over to the right. Tanner, our left midfielder, the one who has played a big role so far, is on the run again, and he's going to be looking for the man inside. No, he goes to cut in and finishes it. It is a 2-1 victory against St. Pauli. And we managed to stay up compared to St. Pauli, who are going down. 13th position for England FC with -20 on the goal difference, showcasing that we need to get stronger defensively. But also, it's hard out here. At the top of the league, I'm assuming Bayern. Oh no, it's Leipzig. Interesting. Going into our squad, let's see how competitive we should have been. Now, 83, 83, 84, 83, 85. I mean, come on. Okay, I can tell. Centre-backs are a bit behind the power curve right now. We need to get everyone above the 80 as fast as we can. Stevenson is 75 rated and not the highest rated player yet. And if these players keep growing, we'll get there and conquer Germany. And Stevenson had the most goals. Our big, tall, 6'5" tall striker has only 15 goal contributions, while this man, who's 5'6", has 23. The only amazing performance from centre midfield. Dyer, first season, accepted. The next man walking in is Achampong. I've used all of my budget to bring in the talented Chelsea centre-back. It has cost us 33 million. But luckily, we're going to be selling other centre-backs to make up for it. But he comes in at an 81 rating. And he's going to be taking over the position from Pai, who has left us for a decent amount of money. So 81 rated. Achampong takes over, 24 years old. Someone that can lead the back line for a long time. I'm very happy with his signature, and I'm really hoping that this entire starting 11, including Stevenson, will be above the 80 rating for this season and ideally compete against one of the stronger sides in the league. And guess what? That competition is coming in the name of Borussia Dortmund. This is a tough one. Dortmund was clearly the strongest team we have ever played against, and they took the lead just 35 minutes in. However, I obviously didn't give up. Here goes Liburn into Stevenson. The young lad on the left is running through and scoring the equaliser for England FC. We're here to conquer Germany, and that is exactly what Stevenson is doing right now. 2 goals in quick succession, and that puts us ahead of Dortmund. Here they come though, 67 minutes in. Good movement. Job, you should be on our side. Tell over to Nemecha. What a signing that is. Tell now playing for Dortmund. That would be interesting. Stevenson down to Dobbin. Dobbin inside. Liburn. Stevenson again. He is the hero of this matchup. 3-2. We win this game, and he is the man of the match. 4 attempts, 3 goals. Incredible work rate from our young striker. That was a really good performance in my eyes, and we finished second behind Borussia Dortmund, which is even more impressive. Ahead of the likes of Leverkusen, Union Berlin somehow in there. By the way, stopped Bayern Munich's incredible run of winning games with a 2-2 draw. Frankfurt and Bayern is in the 6th position. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but the fact that we got second is so impressive. The English lads are taking over. Stevenson, most goals from our league. In terms of assists, who is in there? It's Dobbin on the left. Now, this season definitely made a huge change. Stevenson has gone above 80, and the rest of the squad has done the same, of course. Ioni up to an 87. I see Marshall as possibly an issue. He's not necessarily growing fast, and the same goes for Ifeko. But the rest of the team, I'm really, really pleased with, and I think we can make some big moves now that we qualified for Champions League football. Improve that starting 11, improve the bench, and have nothing but English lads in there. 41 million in the budget this time around. So the one player I've chosen for the goalkeeping position as an upgrade is, of course, Trafford. That man is going to take our defense up a notch. Comes in for 30 million from Wolfsburg, which is amazing, and a rating of 84. This is definitely an upgrade. Marshall, I'm going to go ahead and sell and then potentially use that money to upgrade in a centre-back position too. But Trafford now 28 years old, same as Marshall, but 6'4", has a bunch of really good play styles and still some upside, hopefully. And so the next signing walking in is, of course, Aiden Heaven. I used him in one of my most recent rebuilds, but he was perfect for this one as well. I don't tend to buy the same players often, but this was a must. He comes in with an 81 rating. It's only a +1 upgrade, but he's 24 and so much more upside left in him. 6'2" tall. Next to Achampong, I think this is going to be an incredible season. I'm expecting a lot from the team. Maybe even the Bundesliga title. Maybe. I'm actually kind of mad this season because we finished second with just a 3-point gap to Leverkusen. That's so disappointing. I thought this was the one where we go ahead and win everything. Top scorer, Nicholas Jackson for Leverkusen. Very interesting. Cole Campbell coming up with numbers from right midfield for Dortmund. He only has 17 goals. He's joint top scorer from centre midfield. Love that. In terms of assists, Achampong? What? That was the first time we got to play in Champions League football. Leverkusen is also part of the Champions League finale. They could easily win that. We got as far as the round of 16, only to be beaten by Real Madrid 5-2. So in Europe, we still have to get better. But first, let's conquer Germany. Having said that, the squad is looking ready to do so. I mean, the ratings are incredible. The lowest rating is Stevenson, but he has potential to be special. We'll be all right. And now it has finally happened. Bundesliga champions with 82 points. And the top scorer, well, Stevenson, 19, joint top scorer alongside Šeško, who returned into the Bundesliga. Nioni has 16 from centre midfield. In terms of assists, Nioni is all the way up top. Dyer is in third position. Not just Germany, but also the Champions League trophy is something we could be winning up against Arsenal in this competition. The top scorer is Dani Olmo, but Stevenson is right there. If he scores one more, he's the joint top scorer. For the assists, we do have Dyer in there with 4. And in the team, you can see the growth has been exceptional. I love the fact that some of these guys were free agents. Others were ones that we have purchased. Other ones came through the academy. I think we have done a great job here. Yes, it's not the biggest names of them all. We don't have the Jude Bellinghams, the Phil Fodens in here. But that is what I enjoy. That is what I like seeing. Lads, we're going to be taking on our opponents with a really good team, but a terrible bench. I'll be completely honest. I should have probably purchased a couple of players to the bench just this season. But Stevenson, 33 goals, 0 assists. Wow. Nioni comes in with 30 and 17 from centre midfield. Dobbin, 27 and 15. Dyer, 19 and 15. And Liebern only comes in with 16 and 5. England FC has taken over Germany, conquered it fully, and now is going for Europe as well as just a final big moment for this great team that we have put together throughout the years. In the comments down below, please do go ahead and let me know which country should take over the next one, should conquer the next one in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate that, as we are about to possibly concede, but no, Trafford is there. Oh my God, hit the crossbar. Keeper went the wrong way there. We got very lucky. Tanner, you've been here since the start. Please help me out score from this one right here. Over to Nioni. Lovely move. Nioni sees the run of Tanner down the right. Stevenson inside. Do I go for him or do I cut in? As Tanner has been doing so many times. Stevenson, you should be shooting. Stevenson is through. Come on, lads. Over to your left foot. And there he is! Top scorer in the Champions League. Stevenson from the Youth Academy. Started as a 61 and now is an English hero. Over to Nioni. One of our top scorers for a reason. Dobbin. Ooh, I see the big man in the middle. Come on then, big man. What a terrible header. Trey. Into Stevenson. Good pass. That's another one. Nioni to Stevenson. Now he's the lone top scorer in the Champions League. Give him the Ballon d'Or immediately. And so after having conquered Germany, they have also conquered European football. Trey Nioni is the captain. I guess he deserves it after such incredible performances from that centre midfield position, from the bench of Liverpool to the top of world football. Lads, England has conquered Germany. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Take care and peace.